How we doing? Yeah. Um, when you look back at yesterday's game, there's so many things you like to have back from that game. You know, we had our opportunities. It can be frustrating to be so close so many times and not come away with a win. I told our team everyone needs to stay together, keep grinding and working at it. I told them we got to, obviously continue to get better in a lot of different areas, but we got to continue to press on. You know, we're not going to get sidetracked or distracted by anything. You know, we're just going to keep working and improving. We can't get discouraged. And one thing I know about our guys, we'll fight. You know, we just got to stay focused to the task at hand. Again, the team never quits. I think we see that in this football team. It's never quit, and I know they won't. We'll keep competing even when things aren't going well. You know, quality will serve us well as we grow as a football team, but we got to keep growing. As far as the injuries are concerned, we came through the game pretty well, no real bumps and bruises. Too early in the week to talk about progress of Rashard Higgins and Joe Schobert. Obviously, J.C. Treader, who I told the team I was very, very pleased with, for the young man to play with a high ankle sprain, not have much practice, and go in there and play every snap, for the offensive football team. It says a lot about, one, how he feels about his teammates and how much the game is important to him. So I commended him on that. So, again, injury-wise, I think we're very good. We'll know more about the other two guys I mentioned later on in the week, and we just got to continue to stay focused and get better.
Hugh, a lot to dissect after the game yesterday. In terms of the offense, though, you said after the game you would do anything you needed to do. Do you have any plans to take over the play calling?
No. I never said that I would take over the play calling. I know you didn't say that. Yeah, I just want to make that clear. I mean, I think sometimes things get said, written, whatever that is. When I said I'll do whatever I think I need to do, that is to help, And if there was something that I needed to change, I would, regardless of what that may be. I think my frustration, and again, as a coach, I got to be careful of not getting too frustrated too. When you see things and you want them to happen faster than maybe they are, and when you watch our offense play in the second halves like we have, boy, let's see if we can get that in the first half. And if I can assist our offensive coaches, Todd, the staff, in any way on offense, because it's something I know and something I think I know how to do pretty well, then I want to help. But I think, obviously, for 7 games now, we haven't been able to score much in the first quarter. We haven't started fast enough, so we have, not a very good start, and we're firing on all cylinders, in the second half. So my whole thing there is if we can put it together, first half, second half, then maybe we'll have a better chance of finishing some of these games and winning. And I want to take a really good look at it, be very thorough through it, watch it all, and see how I can help and infuse myself. I do plan on doing that, infuse myself to help and assist our offensive coaching staff.
What have you told Todd Haley about helping him?
That I would do anything that he needs, that I would like to help any way that I can, and that me and him would walk through that and see what that looks like. He's very open to it. He didn't say, no, you can't do that or anything like that. I think we're all committed to doing one thing, is trying to find a way to win. Todd, myself, the offensive coaches, Greg, Amos, all of us, So I think sometimes the way maybe it came off, and I take responsibility for that, it wasn't in harshness of the staff. It's in harshness of, God, I want to win. I want to do whatever I think it's going to take to help our football team win. So that's where my motivation was coming from.
So how can you help Todd? It's not like he's some young guy. He's been doing this for a long time.
Oh,
too.
Absolutely. But, we all have things maybe we don't see as well. We all have, things that maybe as things are going, we're not, privy to, because we're not just looking just at that. Everybody sometimes have their own blind spots, not saying that Todd does, but I'm sure another good set of eyes on certain things might help, and I've always felt that way. I still think 2 heads are better than one in certain situations. Obviously, somebody's got to lead it, and that's Todd's job. But at the same time, if I see something where I can help and help us be a little bit better, I think that's my job as well.
The
you see the scripted plays before Sunday?
I'm sorry?
Do you see the opening script before
Yes, I
Sunday?
do. I do.
Is that a problem?
No, I don't think any of that's a problem. I think obviously our execution, our ability to finish plays, our inability to get chunk plays in the first half leads to us not having opportunities to score. That's a combination of a lot of things. So I think we just have to work through those things and continue to see them for what they are so that we can get them better.
Just to clarify, the 2 4th-down plays, do you call the play or do you just grant approval for it?
I grant approval. No. Go ahead.
You were on board?
Oh, absolutely. No, I like both of our 4th-down plays. Obviously we didn't make either one of them, but that's sometimes that's the roll of the dice sometimes.
What was the, I think the 4th and inches from the half-yard line, everyone gets the quarterback sneak there, but could you maybe explain the 4th and 2 at the end of the first half, why you chose not to kick the field goal in that situation?
I think I made that very clear yesterday, did I not? Did I?
Some of us.
Everybody, you weren't there yesterday? So I'm thinking everybody was there yesterday. That's what I mean. No, I said at the time our offense, we hadn't played well, in the first half, and I was looking for anything to spark, our offense. I thought we had a great call on 4th and 2, a play that I thought, we had a chance to make. They end up playing cover 0. Here comes a linebacker running through. Matter of fact, it's the same play the linebacker got hurt on. Baker made him miss. He had a chance to make first down running, which he did make, but the ball was in the near hand to the defender, and the guy knocked the ball out. Instead of the ball going forward or sideways, it went backwards. So instead of making the first down and then making the decision to either be able to throw one in the end zone for 6 or then either later on kicking the field goal, we had no chance at anything. But again, I felt very good about our play. The plays that we had in that situation, we just didn't execute very well.
Do you meet with John Dorsey on Mondays?
I'm sorry?
Do you meet with John Dorsey on Mondays?
All the time.
What are your conversations like on a day when you're reviewing a loss like yesterday?
I'm supposed to tell you all that? I know you would like to have that. I think we got to keep that in-house. That's between me and John.
As far as the quarterback sneak play,
Uh-huh.
is there an art to it, or is the quarterback on his own to find a crevice and just burrow under it?
No, there is an art to it. There's an art to blocking it. There's an art to the quarterback running it. The offensive linemen got to make sure they keep their pads down. The quarterback has to get low and, like you say, fall into the cracks, kind of ride the wave a little bit, and make sure that, the edge people don't get us. We did it in a hurry-up type mode, trying to beat them to the punch. They got lined up, and they were able to defeat us there.
Did John Dorsey consult you before trading Carlos Hyde?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So did you go along with it? I mean, did you say?
Yes. This is an organizational decision that we made. Yeah. Me and John talked about it, talked it through, every avenue you can talk through it, and made the decision that it was best for the organization. That's the decision we made. We moved forward.
But don't you think, trading a guy on Friday,
Those aren't easy. I'll be the first to tell you that. That's not an easy decision to make. But the way it came down, what Jacksonville's needs were, what they were willing to do for us, our roster, the players that we had at the position, it's either, how some of these things go, is take it or leave it, and I think we felt very good about the situation we were in, so we made the decision, and I don't think there was anything wrong with that.
Do you feel there's added pressure to win and to win now?
Added pressure? I've always had added pressure to win now. I think everything we've tried to do is win now. But trust me, we didn't make a trade because we thought it meant win now. We're not doing anything differently. I think our players and our coaches are doing everything we can to win each and every game we play. That's why you play. And I think nothing more, nothing less to that. But I don't feel any other pressure that, boy, Hue, you better win or else. I've never felt that since I've been here. I think I'm trying to do the best job that I can with the staff, with the players, and we got to find a way to win some games. That's just the nature of the business.
You wouldn't be here, though, without the support of the Haslams or John. Do you feel like they still have your back?
No doubt. No doubt. None. No question.
That's
Conversations.
Back to the trade. Some of the players reacted on social media.
Mm-hmm.
They lose a friend. We understand that.
Right.
Was any reaction unusual to you in the locker room to the trade? And when were they informed as a team, or did they?
Yes, I talked to them about it Saturday morning when they came in. One thing I think the players know, I'm very honest and upfront with them. I told them, what I thought the situation, what I knew the situation was, and why it happened. They understood, and like you said, I mean, some guys, that's a brother. That's a brotherhood in that locker room. You lose one who was a huge member. For a second there, you can make it about that. And I think our players handle it the right way. After we discussed it, we talked about it, and then we moved forward. And we made Tampa Bay the focus on what we needed to do.
Is this the easiest way to get Nick Chubb more carries?
I'm not going to say that was the easiest way. I'm sure it looked like that. He got 18 where he was only getting 3. I mean, I know that's the way it looks. I think, obviously, if you take one player from an equation, the next guy's going to get more carries. I just think that's natural. But was it the easiest way to do it? I think there's all kind of ways to do it, but the bottom line, it wasn't done. So I know everybody's going to look at it that way, but I don't look at it like that.
You practiced 3 days. Was he big part of the game plan?
He was a starting tailback. I mean, we're not going to go away from that, but Chubb practices, Duke practices, everybody practiced. But he was the starting tailback on the team. We made a decision as an organization to trade him, and we did that, and that was okay. I mean, I thought Chubb did well. 18 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown. Ran hard, ran strong. Did some really good things yesterday.
But you could have had Hyde on that instead of Mayfield on that quarterback.
We could have Chubb on that call instead of Mayfield on that play. We didn't. We had Mayfield, and we didn't make it.
Baker's getting a lot of experience in overtime.
I think our team is getting a lot of experience in overtime.
The one winning drive against Baltimore. But other than that, there's been just 3 and outs in
Right.
overtime. Do you see any common problem there?
Well, I'm not going to say it's a common problem, but I think it's the same thing as we're talking about starting the game. We have to solve that as a staff and as a team. I think making sure of the urgency at the start of the game, just like in overtime, you got to find a way to make enough yards or make enough plays to where your team has a chance to win. So we just got to do it better.
In the same vein, you guys have 4 overtimes. The record is 5 in 1983, the Green Bay Packers. Why do you think you guys are getting so many overtimes? And is that a record you'd like to avoid breaking?
Yes, I love to avoid breaking the record, but if it meant going to overtime and us winning, I'm fine with that. I mean, it's truly all about winning. Again, this overtime, the overtime, I've never been through anything like this. This is 4 for us, 4 in 7 games. And one time we played in Oakland in overtime and flew all the way back, and then played Baltimore next week, another overtime. And then here we are playing another game against the Chargers. I mean, our team has probably played a whole nother game in overtime. There's been a lot of snaps. So I don't know if there's any magic to it other than we have to find a way in those situations to win the game. We've been in them now. Our players, you should have heard them on the sideline. Guys, we've been here before. That's what they were saying to each other. But I think the been here before part needs to go, let's go win this thing now, because I think we've been so close in so many of these. Just imagine if we can flip a couple of these in the win column. It's a whole different record, a whole different conversation in here. But even if it doesn't happen that way, then this is where we are.
When you go back and look at Baker on the film, what was your overall assessment, and specifically some of the sacks that he took or he was forced to take, and then why not the chunk plays until the second half?
First of all, Baker. I think Baker did some good things. I think the game for him really started improving as it went on. Again, he made some unbelievable throws in the second half to put us in position to get to overtime and win the game. In the first half, I didn't feel like he was holding the ball as much for the sacks. I think some of them were physical, where we were getting beat in some situations, and we need to continue to clean those things up fundamentally. I think, there's another time maybe could have got the ball out a little bit sooner or feel the pressure. But I thought he improved from last week to this week. I thought that was huge. So from that standpoint, I think he made a jump this week. When you say the chunk plays in the second half to the first half, why didn't we get him in the first half? That's something I think we just got to continue to look at. I think in order to score touchdowns or points, period, in the National Football League, you can do it a couple ways. You can throw them in, you can run them in. But I think when you see teams, unless you have these 15, 17-play drives or something like that, somewhere in there's a big run or a big pass, that kind of, moves you towards the end zone a little bit quicker. And we just got to find a way to get a few more of those as we go.
It's been all over this player safety thing with the helmet-to-helmet hits. Baker took a shot right in the ear hole yesterday. They pick up the flag. How do you handle that with the league office? Because that seems like something that warrants more than just a, oops, we missed that one.
Yeah, trust me, as I said before, we get on the phones. We do quite a bit here with the league office, with Al Riveron, who's the head of the officials. We've had quite a few conversations. That was disappointing. That's all I can say.
Hugh, yesterday or today you said that some of your comments from yesterday post-game were rooted in frustration,
Absolutely.
passion to win. Some of the criticism I've heard about you today is that it came across to a lot of people as you were kind of passing the buck and not taking accountability. Do you regret some of those comments?
No, because I'm going to tell you why. Because I think when you're a 1-31 coach from a year ago, everybody going to take it as I'm passing the buck. People can feel the way they feel. I'm human just like anybody else, and I want to win. And all I said, if people go back and look, is I want to help. I want to be more involved in offense. It's something I know how to do. It's something I've done in my career. And I want to assist. If there's an issue that I can help as a head coach, I would think that's what you do. I mean, I didn't feel like I said anything wrong. Now, people can spin it, turn it, say it.
People are coming from,
yeah,
right?
but I can't. That's what I'm saying. But I don't get to. I can't worry about where everybody comes from and what everybody wants, how they want to write it. I can only go by what I say, and I know what I meant, and I know what I said, and I still feel the same way today. So I'm not changing off of that. But at the same time, I think people say, well, he's not winning. He's got to move it someplace else. That's not what I'm trying to do. All of this falls squarely on me. So if it's going to fall squarely on me, and if I feel I can help, I don't care if it was offense, defense, or special teams. I've helped the special teams. Nobody said anything. Okay? So that's my point. I mean, at some point in time, I have to continue to do what I do as a head coach. And what you've seen, something that I'm very passionate about, which is offensive football, we haven't been able to do much in the starting blocks, and I want to see if I can help.
We talk to you all the time. We talk to you all the time about Desmond Harrison because he's a rookie left tackle. But Chris Hubbard, what kind of season is he having, especially in pass protection?
I think. You don't think Chris is doing pretty well? The way you said it, I can hear that at the end. You kind of you he's thrown some lookout blocks. I'm not going to say he's thrown lookout blocks. I mean, I think there's been some twists and some games on that side that we need to handle a little bit better. But I think Hubs has done a good job. He's done some things really well. Again, there's some times we do get pushed that we got to make sure we be a little bit firmer. But I think as a whole, obviously we've given up way too many sacks. Be the first to tell you that. We got to continue to shore that up. And like I said, I think that's a unit issue. The ball's got to come out at times. The receivers got to get open, and we got to block better. But I think as a group, we all need to continue to work at it and continue to get better.
Entirely your decision to have Todd Haley call the plays in the first place this year, or I think there's some perception out there that maybe that was mandated to you.
No, it wasn't mandated to me. I made a decision. I mean, again, when I decided to bring Todd here, I made a commitment that he would have total autonomy of the offense. I mean, I don't think you hire a coordinator and put him in that position when you're an offensive head coach to dabble in what that person's doing. So that's the decision I made. Obviously, the guy's been extremely good at what he's done. His reputation precedes him. And I think he's doing some things extremely well here right now. We just got to get the offense moving where he wants it and where I want it as we continue to move forward, so that we're playing all 4 quarters and maybe not 2.5. That's all we're saying. So, but the question was, has he been calling plays? Yes, he's called plays, and he's had my full support that way, and I will continue to support him that way.
Been a theme here in these 7 games. You've had some just real inopportune times to be getting those penalties. Defense yesterday, you gave up 6 first downs by penalty.
Yes.
How do you clean that stuff up when you're in the heat of a season?
You got to show it. I mean, trust me. I mean, some of these penalties, we all like to keep looking at them too. You know, we'll get the customary paperback, hopefully, that says that it wasn't a penalty. Some are, some aren't. There are some self-inflicted things that we're doing that we got to continue to get better at. And there are some things that are questionable, but we do need to improve. The penalties yesterday was uncharacteristic of this football team, that many. I mean, there was, 14? That's way too many. And we watched every last one of them today again. So it's not like we don't address it. We do. But that hadn't happened like that. But some were very legitimate, and there's some that, that we need to take a closer look at. But we do need to get better.
Is EJ still in protocol?
Yes.
Do you see any kind of lingering effects from the additional physical and mental stress that have been put on you guys from playing in so many overtime games?
No, I didn't see that yesterday. Not at all. If any, like I said, our guys were excited because they've been there before. We feel like we have the upper hand. We played so many of these that we feel like we're going to go finish them. But what we got to do is finish them. We haven't done it, other than one time. So, like I said, if we can get a couple more of these, if it happens, on the correct side of the ledger, then we're okay with that. We'll play as long as anybody wants to play, But we got to find a way to win.
Can I ask you about that?
Make it a good one, Jeff.
We'll give him a couple more, Coach. It's all right, Pete.
That pass that was ruled incomplete when I think Denzel Ward had the strip, right? What did that look like when you saw it again today?
Again, I still felt like he caught the ball. I felt the guy caught the ball, and he was about to make a move, and the ball came out. Both feet hit the ground, but I think the simultaneously of the catch and the hand at the same time, I think that's how they saw it. Again, we'll turn it in and see what they say.